Hey everyone, it's Epris Powelson from New Harvest Apostolic Church, and I am here to do Tuesday's Dig Deep devotional. I'm super excited, like I always am, because I feel as if I have a word that is something we need, something you and I haven't talked about. Other people have talked about it, but sometimes we just need to have a refresher and we need to talk about it. So one of the things that I wanted to talk about is pillow talk. And not the same kind of pillow talk that maybe you and your spouse have, but it's the kind of pillow talk that you have with God. I'm talking about prayer, is what I'm talking about in the grand and the big and the main scheme of things of what goes on in my brain. The pillow talk that I'm talking about are those times when you're laying in bed and you get awoken and God just wants to have a talk with you. He wants to communicate with you. He put something on your heart, He put something in your mind, and He just wants to have a talk with you. Or you're going to bed and you've maybe talked to God all day, but there's just things that are weighing on you and you just need to tell Him about your day, and you need to talk to Him and say, hey, this is what's going on. These are the things that are bothering me. These are things that I need to talk about. Did you know that God listens to every single thing that you have to say? There is nothing too small or too big that God doesn't hear. It's not falling on deaf ears. It's falling on a God's heart that wants to know that you care and that you need Him. If we're just going through our day-to-day life like everything is cool, everything is great, He knows better, but He wants to know. It's just like telling your best friend things. If you're just going through the motions and you never tell your best friend the things that are going on in your life, even if they know that something is wrong with you, but you're not utilizing them as a key to help, we're not utilizing the tools that we've been given. The same thing goes for prayer. Having that pillow talk with God and making sure that we are communicating to the best of our abilities. And okay, let's get real about prayer. A lot of people think that it has to be this momentous thing where you get down and you are on your knees and there's an altar and you know what? No. There have been times when I have spread myself out on the floor of my bedroom, hence why we're in the bedroom. Pillow talk is, I'm being real when I talk about the rawness of prayer, when you're sitting there and all you're doing is crying into your pillow and just explaining to God like the different things that are going on in your life. Granted, He knows. He just wants to know where your heart's desires go with those things. He knows all of those things, but if we are not utilizing the tools that He has given us, then things aren't going to move. The Bible is very clear about what prayer does in our life, about intercessory prayer, about praying for the weak, about praying for healing, about praying for ourselves, about praying for needs and desires and wants that we may have. Will the answer always be yes? Nope. Sometimes the answer will be wait. Sometimes the answer will be not yet. Sometimes the answer will be yes. Those are good times, right? But this is the prayer that I'm talking about, the kind that is raw, that is when you're in those times where you just don't know what to do anymore, and finally God is like, let's go. Let's have this talk. Let's cry into our pillows. Let's do the pillow talk. Let's have this conversation because something is going on with you and we need to figure it out. Something is wrong with someone else and I need you to be the one to pray for them. These are conversations that need to be had because as Christians going on in our day-to-day life, sometimes we'll have those prayers over dinner. We'll have those morning prayers where they're good prayers, but sometimes you can get into those prayers that are habits and everything like that, and you're going through and you're doing things, or other people are around, and maybe you do family prayer together, and those aren't the times exactly to do those raw praying moments where you are just seeking God and seeking something specific from God. I'm calling it pillow talk, and I know a lot of times that can be a very intimate thing, and that is exactly what prayer is. Prayer is a very intimate relationship with God. It is building that. It is doing those kind of things. And pillow talk, if you're not having pillow talk with God, there are some times when you need to go and you need to have that prayer time with God. And it is vitally, vitally important that these are things that we're working towards. These are goals that we're working towards, is that, you know, it doesn't always happen in the middle of the night. There have been times when I've told my kids, hey, you know what, go watch a movie for a second, you know, or for a little bit. I need to go upstairs. God and I need to have a little bit of talk. Or I'll come out and they'll be like, you've been crying, what's wrong? And I'm like, nothing's wrong. I just had to have some time where it was just me and God, where we were sitting and we were having a conversation. And it usually involves crying into a pillow. Probably not this one because it's pretty, but you know, one of the uglier ones where I can get snot and everything on it and it's good. You know, those are the ones that we need to be working towards, is having that kind of prayer life with God where it is raw and it is intimate and it is a wonderful thing that ends up happening from those times. I'm so blessed to be able to share this word with you. I hope it does great things for you. Be blessed and have a wonderful Tuesday. Thank you.